There's a quiet moment that arrives at the beginning of every day, a moment when the world has not yet begun to rush, when the noise of opinions, pressures, and responsibilities has not yet filled the air. In that sacred space of stillness, a person has the opportunity to reconnect with something greater than fear, greater than doubt, greater than the struggles that may lie ahead. It is in that moment of devotion that inner strength begins to grow. Life places many challenges before us. There are days when the road feels heavy and the heart feels tired. There are moments when uncertainty tries to shake our confidence and when the weight of responsibility presses hard on the soul. Yet true strength is not built in the middle of chaos. It is built in the quiet moments when a person chooses to bow their heart, reflect deeply, and seek guidance with sincerity and faith. Daily devotion is more than a routine. It is a foundation that steadies the spirit when everything else seems uncertain. When a person begins the day with prayer, reflection, and a humble heart, they are not simply preparing for the hours ahead. They are strengthening the core of who they are. They are feeding the soul with hope, patience, courage, and purpose. Many people search for strength in achievements, possessions, or the approval of others. But those things can fade as quickly as they appear. Real strength is different. Real strength grows from a place deep within the heart, a place that is nourished through devotion and faith. When a person learns to start each morning by turning their attention toward gratitude, reflection, and trust in a higher purpose, something powerful begins to change inside them. Daily devotion trains the mind to focus on what truly matters. It teaches patience when life feels rushed. It brings peace when the world feels loud. It reminds the heart that no challenge is greater than the strength that can grow through faith and discipline. Each day of devotion becomes another brick in the foundation of a stronger character, a calmer spirit, and a clearer purpose. The world may try to convince us that strength comes from standing alone, from never showing weakness, or from trying to control everything around us. But true inner strength is not about pretending to be powerful. It is about humbling ourselves enough to seek wisdom, guidance, and peace every single day. Devotion creates that pathway. It opens the heart, clears the mind, and reminds the soul that it was created for more than worry and struggle. When a person commits to daily devotion, they begin to discover a strength that does not depend on circumstances. Storms may come, challenges may appear, and difficult days may still arrive, but the heart remains steady because it has been anchored in something deeper. That strength grows quietly, day after day, prayer after prayer, reflection after reflection. Building inner strength through daily devotion is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is about returning each morning with sincerity, allowing the heart to be renewed, and stepping into the day with courage, peace, and faith that no matter what lies ahead, the soul has been strengthened from within. Life has a way of moving fast. The world wakes up with noise, with expectations, with pressure pulling at every corner of your mind. People want your attention, problems demand solutions, and responsibilities line up like a long road in front of you. In the middle of all that movement, it becomes easy to forget the most powerful place where strength is built. It is not built in the noise. It is not built in the crowd. It is built in the quiet moments when you step away from everything and give your spirit time to breathe. Those quiet moments of daily devotion are not small. They may look simple from the outside, but inside those moments, something powerful begins to grow. When the world is silent and your heart turns toward reflection, prayer, and gratitude, you are doing more than just pausing. You are rebuilding the center of who you are. You are reminding your mind that your strength does not come from the opinions of others. It comes from the discipline to stand still and listen to the voice inside that guides you toward purpose. A lot of people spend their lives searching for strength in the wrong places. They chase validation. They chase recognition. They chase success, as if those things will finally make them feel strong. But strength built on the approval of others is fragile. It shakes when criticism appears. It fades when attention disappears. Real strength grows in silence, in those early hours or quiet minutes when you choose to connect with something deeper than the world around you. When you sit in daily devotion, when you close the door on the noise and allow your heart to settle, you begin to see life differently. Your mind becomes clearer. The weight that once felt heavy begins to feel lighter. Problems that looked impossible start to look like challenges that can be faced one step at a time. That is the power of quiet reflection. It does not remove the struggles of life, but it gives you the courage and clarity to walk through them without fear controlling your decisions. Think about the strongest people you have ever seen in life, the ones who walk through storms without losing their direction, the ones who carry responsibility without breaking under pressure. Those people did not wake up one day, suddenly strong. Their strength was built slowly, day by day, moment by moment, in the private spaces where they prepared their minds and spirits before stepping out into the world. Daily devotion becomes a training ground for your character. In those quiet moments, you learn patience. You learn humility. You learn to listen instead of reacting. You begin to understand that strength is not about shouting the loudest or proving yourself to everyone around you. Strength is about standing firm in who you are, even when the world tries to shake your confidence. There will be days when life tests you, days when people doubt you, days when plans do not work the way you expected. In those moments, the question becomes, where will your strength come from? If your strength depends only on circumstances, those days will break your spirit. But if your strength has been built in quiet devotion, in those peaceful moments when your soul was grounded in faith and reflection, then those same challenges will not defeat you. Instead of panic, you will respond with calm. Instead of fear, you will move forward with courage. Instead of frustration, you will search for wisdom. All of that begins long before the challenge arrives. It begins in the quiet practice of daily devotion, where you prepare your heart to face whatever the day may bring. The truth is that quiet moments are often the most powerful moments in a person's life. They are the moments when you are not performing for anyone. They are the moments when you are not trying to impress the world. It is just you, your thoughts, your faith, and the opportunity to strengthen the foundation of your life. Every time you return to that quiet place, something inside you grows stronger. Your patience becomes deeper. Your focus becomes sharper. Your heart becomes steadier. Slowly but surely, you begin to walk through life with a different less. The chaos around you no longer controls your emotions. The noise of the world no longer dictates your direction. People may look at you and wonder how you remain calm when situations become difficult. They may wonder how you continue moving forward when others lose hope. What they may not see is the private discipline that built that strength. They do not see the quiet mornings. They do not see the moments of reflection. They do not see the devotion that prepared your spirit before the world ever had a chance to challenge it. Those quiet moments become your anchor. They remind you who you are when doubt tries to whisper in your mind. They remind you that your purpose is greater than temporary struggles. They remind you that strength does not come from avoiding hardship, but from preparing your heart to face it with courage and faith. And as you continue this practice day after day, something remarkable happens. The person you were yesterday begins to grow into someone stronger, calmer, and more focused than before. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you chose to meet life with a spirit that was prepared in the quiet moments where real strength is built and where the soul learns to stand tall, no matter what the world places in front of it, and where the heart continues to grow, steadier, with every moment of devotion that shapes the way you think, the way you act, and the way you rise, each day with renewed courage and unshakable determination, moving forward with faith, guiding every step you take, and strength growing deeper within you. With every quiet moment you choose to honor in your life, there is something powerful about consistency. Not the loud kind that demands attention, not the kind that tries to prove itself to the world, but the quiet, steady discipline that shows up every single day, whether anyone is watching or not. That kind of insight has a way of shaping a person from the inside out. It strengthens the mind, steadies the heart, and builds a foundation that no storm can easily shake. Consistent devotion works the same way. It is not about a single powerful moment of faith or one emotional prayer that feels strong for a day and fades the next. Real transformation happens when devotion becomes a daily commitment, When you return to it again and again, day after day, you begin to build something inside yourself that is far stronger than temporary motivation. You begin to build an unshakable mindset. The world has a way of testing people. Some days come with success and confidence, while other days arrive with doubt, pressure, and unexpected challenges. If the mind is not prepared, those moments can easily throw a person off balance. Fear can take control. Negative voices can begin to sound louder than your own beliefs. But when devotion becomes a consistent part of your life, something different begins to happen. Your mind becomes trained to stay grounded no matter what kind of day arrives. Every moment of devotion is like training for your spirit. Just like the body becomes stronger through repeated effort, the mind becomes stronger through repeated reflection and faith. Each time you pause to pray, to reflect, to seek wisdom, you are building mental discipline. You are teaching yourself how to slow down when life tries to rush you. You are teaching yourself how to listen before reacting. And slowly, quietly, your mindset begins to change. People often think strength comes from controlling everything around them. They believe if they can manage every situation, every outcome, every opinion, then they will feel secure. But life has a way of reminding us that control is often an illusion. Situations change. People change. Plans fall apart. If your mindset depends on everything going perfectly, it will break under pressure. But a mindset built through consistent devotion does not depend on perfect circumstances. Instead, it depends on inner stability. When you start your day by centering your thoughts, by grounding your heart in faith and reflection, you are preparing your mind for whatever lies ahead. You are building a mental shield against doubt and fear. You are reminding yourself that challenges are part of the journey, not the end of it. There will be days when criticism appears, days when people misunderstand your intentions, days when progress feels slow and discouragement tries to creep into your thoughts. In those moments, an unshakable mindset becomes your greatest strength. Instead of reacting emotionally, you pause. Instead of letting negativity control your direction, you remember the discipline you have practiced through devotion. That is what consistency does. It builds habits that guide you when emotions try to lead you in the wrong direction. When your mind has been trained through daily devotion, it learns how to stay calm when situations grow intense. It learns how to focus on purpose instead of distractions. It learns how to keep moving forward even when the path feels uncertain. An unshakable mindset is not built overnight. It is built one quiet moment at a time. It grows every morning you choose devotion over distraction. It grows every time you step away from the noise of the world and reconnect with what truly matters. The process may feel simple, but its impact becomes powerful over time. When you practice consistent devotion, you also develop clarity. Your decisions become more thoughtful. Your reactions become more controlled. You begin to see situations with wisdom instead of impulse. That clarity protects you from being easily influenced by negativity, fear, or the expectations of others. And as your mindset grows stronger, people around you will begin to notice something different. They will see a calmness in the way you carry yourself. They will see patience in situations where others become frustrated. They will see determination when obstacles appear. What they may not fully understand is that this strength was not built in public moments of victory. It was built in private moments of devotion, where your mind was being shaped and strengthened day after day. Consistency has a quiet power that many people underestimate. It does not demand recognition. It does not seek applause. But over time, it creates a mindset that becomes nearly impossible to shake. When doubt tries to enter your thoughts, your discipline reminds you to stand firm. When fear tries to slow you down, your devotion reminds you of the strength that lives within you. The truth is that every day offers a choice. You can allow the world to shape your mindset with its noise, its pressure, and its endless distractions, or you can take control of your inner world through consistent devotion. One path leads to instability, where emotions rise and fall with every situation. The other path leads to strength, where your mind becomes anchored in purpose and faith. When you commit to daily devotion, you are choosing the second path. You are choosing to build a mindset that does not collapse under pressure. You are choosing to strengthen your thoughts, your discipline, and your focus day by day. And over time, that consistency creates something powerful inside you, a mindset that remains steady in chaos, focused in uncertainty, and determined in the face of difficulty, moving forward with confidence and faith, knowing that the strength within your mind has been shaped through devotion, practiced again and again, until it becomes a foundation that supports every step you take and every challenge. You rise to face with courage and unwa, varying belief in the path ahead. Morning has a quiet power that many people overlook. Before the noise begins, before responsibilities start pulling at your attention, there is a moment when the day is still untouched. That moment carries opportunity. It is a chance to prepare your spirit, to shape your mindset, and to decide what kind of strength you will carry with you through the hours ahead. When morning devotion becomes part of your life, that early moment turns into something far greater than a routine. It becomes a source of inner power. Too many people wake up and immediately step into the chaos of the world. Their minds rush toward problems, responsibilities, and worries before their hearts have had a chance to breathe. When that happens day after day, the mind begins to feel tired before the day even truly begins. Stress grows faster than peace, and pressure grows louder than purpose. But when you choose to begin your morning with devotion, you shift that pattern. You take control of the first moments of your day instead of letting the world control them. Morning devotion is where your focus begins to sharpen. It is where your thoughts slow down enough to see clearly. When you spend time in reflection, prayer, and quiet gratitude, you're not simply performing a ritual. You are strengthening the center of your mind and spirit. You are reminding yourself that no matter what waits outside your door, you have the power to face it with calm and courage. Inner power is not something that appears suddenly in moments of crisis. It is built long before those moments arrive. It grows in the small decisions you make each day. It grows in the discipline to rise early, to sit in stillness, and to align your thoughts with purpose before the demands of the world begin to speak. Each morning devotion becomes a training ground for your spirit. Think about what happens and the day becomes difficult. Problems show up without warning. People challenge your patience. Plans begin to shift in ways you did not expect. If the mind has not been prepared, those moments can easily pull you into frustration or fear. But when your day begins with devotion, something different happens. Your spirit has already been centered. Your mind has already been reminded of what truly matters. That preparation becomes the quiet strength that carries you through the storm. Morning devotion also creates clarity. It allows you to look at your goals, your responsibilities, and your purpose with a steady mind instead of a rushed one. When you begin the day grounded in reflection and faith, your decisions become more thoughtful. You respond instead of reacting. You move forward with intention instead of being pushed around by every situation that appears. There is also something powerful about the discipline behind this practice. Waking up and dedicating time to devotion requires commitment. It requires choosing growth over comfort. That discipline begins to shape your character. It teaches you that strength is not about waiting for motivation. Strength is about showing up with consistency, even when the world around you moves in a different direction. Over time, morning devotion begins to transform the way you see yourself. You start to realize that your strength does not come from external praise or temporary success. It comes from the quiet confidence built through daily alignment with faith, reflection, and purpose. That confidence becomes a source of inner power that cannot easily be shaken by the opinions of others. People may see you walk through difficult moments with calm determination. They may notice that you do not panic when situations become challenging. They may wonder where that strength comes from. What they may not see are the quiet mornings. Wonder where that strength comes from. Here your spirit was being prepared. They may not see the moments when you chose stillness over distraction, reflection over noise, and devotion over rushing into the day. Unprepared, morning devotion is also where gratitude begins to grow. When you start the day by acknowledging the blessings around you, your perspective changes. Challenges may still exist, but they no longer control your attitude. Gratitude strengthens your ability to see opportunity, even in difficult situations. It reminds you that every new day carries a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more focused than before. And as this practice continues, day after day, your inner power begins to deepen. You become less shaken by negativity. You become less distracted by things that once pulled your attention away from your purpose. Your mind becomes clearer, your patience becomes stronger, and your spirit becomes more resilient. This transformation does not happen overnight. It grows slowly through the quiet consistency of morning devotion. Every time you sit in stillness and reconnect with your purpose, you are adding another layer of strength to your character. You are building a foundation that supports you when life becomes demanding. Eventually, you begin to understand something powerful about the start of each day. The morning is not just a beginning. It is an opportunity to shape the energy you carry into every moment that follows. When devotion becomes part of that beginning, the strength you gain from those quiet moments begins to flow into everything you do. Your words become more thoughtful. Your actions become more intentional. Your presence becomes steadier, even when circumstances shift around you. That is the power of turning morning devotion into a source of inner strength. It prepares your mind before challenges arrive and strengthens your spirit before the world begins to test your path, and guiding you forward with clarity, discipline, and courage. Allowing the quiet moments of the morning to shape a life built on resilience, purpose, and a steady inner power that continues to grow stronger with every sunrise you choose. To honor with devotion and faith, guiding your path forward without hesitation or doubt, life will test a person in ways they never expected. There will be seasons when everything seems to move smoothly, when confidence feels natural and the road ahead appears clear. But there will also be seasons when pressure arrives without warning, when doubt whispers in the back of the mind, and when the weight of responsibility feels heavier than before. In those moments, the question becomes clear. What holds a person steady when life begins to shake their confidence? The answer is found in a spirit that has been strengthened through faith and discipline. Faith gives the spirit direction. Discipline gives it endurance. When these two forces come together in a person's life, something powerful begins to form inside them. They develop a strength that does not depend on easy circumstances. They develop a steadiness that does not disappear when the world becomes uncertain. Faith reminds the heart that there is a purpose greater than temporary struggles, and discipline ensures that this belief is practiced every day, not just spoken about when life feels comfortable. Many people talk about faith when life is easy. It is simple to believe when everything is going well, when plans are working, and when doors are opening without resistance. But the real strength of faith is revealed when challenges appear. When a person chooses to keep believing, keep praying, keep trusting, even when the road feels difficult, that is where the spirit begins to grow stronger. Discipline plays a powerful role in that process. Faith without discipline can fade when emotions change, but when a person develops the discipline to return to devotion, reflection, and prayer consistently, their spirit begins to build resilience. Every moment of devotion becomes a reminder that strength is not about avoiding hardship, but about preparing the heart to walk through it with courage. Think about the individuals who carry themselves with calm confidence even during difficult times. Even during difficult times, they are not free from problems. They are not immune to disappointment. What sets them apart is the strength within their spirit. They have trained their minds and hearts through faith and discipline long before those difficult moments arrived. Discipline teaches a person to stay committed even when motivation feels weak. There will be mornings when the mind feels tired and distractions appear more appealing than reflection or prayer. In those moments, discipline becomes the bridge that carries a person back to devotion. It is the quiet decision to stay consistent even when no one else is watching. Over time, that consistency begins to shape the spirit. Faith becomes deeper. Consistency begins to shape the spirit. Patience becomes stronger. The mind becomes calmer. A person who practices this discipline starts to see life from a different perspective. Challenges become opportunities to grow instead of reasons to give up. Delays become moments to develop patience instead of sources of frustration. Faith also reminds the spirit that life is not meant to be carried alone. When a person places their trust in something greater than themselves, they release the burden of trying to control every outcome. That trust creates peace in the middle of uncertainty. It allows the heart to remain steady even when circumstances shift. There is a quiet confidence that grows in someone who practices faith and discipline together. It is not loud or arrogant. It does not need to prove itself through constant words or actions. Instead, it shows itself through the way a person responds to life. They remain calm when others panic. They remain focused when distractions appear. They remain hopeful when situations become difficult. That kind of spirit does not appear overnight. It is built slowly through daily choices. Each prayer strengthens belief. Each moment of reflection strengthens awareness. Each act of discipline strengthens character. Little by little, the spirit becomes more resilient, more grounded, and more prepared for the journey ahead. Life will always contain uncertainty. There will always be voices that try to discourage progress or challenge belief. But a spirit strengthened through faith and discipline learns how to rise above those influences. It learns how to listen to the deeper voice of purpose instead of the temporary noise of fear. And when that strength becomes part of a person's life, something remarkable begins to happen. They walk through challenges with courage instead of hesitation. They face responsibilities with determination instead of doubt. Their spirit becomes a source of stability not only for themselves, but also for the people around them. Faith keeps the heart connected to purpose. Discipline keeps the mind committed to the path. Together they create a foundation that cannot easily be shaken by setbacks or criticism. A person who lives with that foundation begins to move through life with a different kind of energy, one that is grounded in patience, guided by belief, and strengthened through consistent devotion. Every day offers another opportunity to continue building that strength. Every moment of faith adds depth to the spirit. Every act of discipline adds stability to the mind. Over time, the person who commits to this path discovers that their spirit has become stronger than the challenges they once feared, and steadier than the doubts that once tried to hold them back, moving forward with quiet confidence and determination, knowing that the strength they carry inside has been shaped through faith practiced daily and discipline honored consistently, allowing their spirit to rise higher with each passing day and remain grounded in purpose no matter what road life places before them. Everyday life gives you another chance to become stronger than you were yesterday. Not stronger because the world suddenly became easier. Not stronger because challenges disappeared, but stronger because you chose to grow from the inside. Real strength does not appear overnight. It builds slowly, quietly, through the decisions you make when no one is watching. And one of the most powerful decisions you can make is to dedicate time to devotion and reflection every single day. The world moves fast. People rush from one responsibility to another, chasing goals, solving problems, reacting to situations without ever giving their minds a moment to settle. In that kind of life, it becomes easy to lose direction. The mind becomes crowded with noise, the heart becomes tired, and the spirit begins to feel distant from the purpose that once felt clear. That is where devotion and reflection step in, like a steady light guiding you back to yourself. Devotion gives you the space to reconnect with what truly matters. It reminds you that life is more than the pressure of daily tasks. It reminds you that your spirit needs strength, just like your body does. When you take time to pray, to express gratitude, or to sit quietly with faith guiding your thoughts, you are not escaping from life. You are preparing yourself to face life with greater clarity and courage. Reflection is just as powerful. It is the moment when you look honestly at your journey. You think about your actions, your choices, and the lessons that each day has placed in front of you. Reflection is where growth begins because it allows you to learn instead of simply moving forward without understanding. When you reflect on your day, you see where patience could have been stronger, where kindness could have been deeper, and where courage could have stepped forward with more confidence. Together, devotion and reflection create a powerful rhythm in life. Devotion strengthens your spirit before you face the day. Reflection strengthens your wisdom after the day has passed. That rhythm begins to shape a person from the inside out. Each day becomes an opportunity not just to live, but to improve, to grow, and to rise stronger than before. There will always be days when things do not go as planned, moments when mistakes happen, moments when disappointment tries to settle into your thoughts. But when devotion and reflection become part of your life, those moments no longer feel like the end of the road. Instead, they become lessons. Reflection helps you understand what happened, while devotion helps you find the strength to keep moving forward without losing hope. Rising stronger every day does not mean becoming perfect. It means becoming more aware, more disciplined, and more grounded with every step you take. Devotion reminds you of your purpose and the values that guide your life. Reflection reminds you that growth comes through learning from both victories and failures. Over time, something remarkable begins to happen. The person you were yesterday starts to evolve into someone wiser today. Your reactions become calmer. Your patience becomes deeper. Situations that once felt overwhelming begin to feel manageable because your mind has been trained to pause, to reflect, and to seek strength through devotion before responding. People may look at you and wonder how you remain steady when life becomes complicated. They may notice that you carry a quiet confidence even during uncertain moments. What they may not see is the daily practice that built that strength. They may not see the quiet minutes of devotion when your spirit was being renewed, or the thoughtful moments of reflection when your mind was learning from each experience. Devotion fills the spirit with faith and hope. Reflection fills the mind with understanding and wisdom. When those two forces work together every day, they create a powerful foundation within you. That foundation becomes the reason you can face challenges without losing direction. It becomes the reason you can rise again after disappointment instead of remaining stuck in regret. There is also a deeper gift that comes from this daily practice. It begins to change the way you see life itself. Instead of viewing each day as another set of problems to survive, you begin to see each day as an opportunity to grow. Even difficult moments become part of your development. They become tools that shape your patience, your humility, and your strength. When you wake up and begin your day with devotion, you are setting the tone for everything that follows. You are reminding yourself that your spirit deserves attention before the world begins to make its demands. And when you close the day with reflection, you are giving your mind the chance to learn from the journey you just experienced. Day after day, this pattern begins to transform you. The small improvements start to add up. The lessons become clearer. The strength within your spirit becomes more visible not only to you, but to everyone around you. Rising stronger every day becomes a natural result of the discipline you have built through devotion and reflection. And eventually you realize that true growth is not found in dramatic moments of change, but in the quiet consistency of daily effort, where devotion renews your spirit, reflection sharpens your understanding, and each new sunrise becomes another opportunity to stand taller, think wiser, and walk forward with a stronger heart and clearer purpose. Knowing that every day you choose devotion and reflection, you are building a life shaped by resilience, wisdom, and an inner strength that continues to rise higher with every step you take along the path ahead. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to become stronger than you were before. Life will continue to bring challenges, unexpected turns, and moments that test your patience and courage. But when devotion and reflection become part of your daily life, you no longer face those moments unprepared. Your spirit has been strengthened in quiet time, and your mind has been sharpened through thoughtful reflection. Devotion reminds you where your strength truly comes from. It fills your heart with faith, gratitude, and the courage to face the unknown. Reflection reminds you that every experience carries a lesson, every struggle carries growth, and every day carries the chance to become wiser than the day before. When these two practices become part of your routine, something powerful begins to happen within you. You stop reacting to life with fear or frustration, and you start responding with calmness and clarity. The storms of life may still appear, but they no longer control your direction. Instead, you rise each day with stronger faith, clearer purpose, and deeper understanding. And as you continue walking this path, day after day, you discover that the greatest transformation in life happens quietly through the steady discipline of devotion, reflection, and the decision to grow stronger with every new sunrise.